The same way that you look at a flower, a paperclip, and a grasshopper, and you observe them and notice that they are specifically 3 different things, is the same way your mind and your conscious being stops, notices, and observes your thoughts and everything that is going on around you. So what this video is going to be about is how happiness is a choice, and how through this life of suffering, what we tend to do is program our mind to observe certain thoughts, negative thoughts, and that's why you think you are living in a negative, unhappy, and sad reality, when all it takes is a little bit of a mindset reversal and a different shift in your thinking in order for you to live a happier, healthier, and more successful life, because success starts in here. So if we can all agree that we observe our thoughts, this conversation is going to move very, very easily, and it'll be easy for you to understand what I'm telling you. And I'm going to use specific examples from my own life and specific thoughts that I tend to have, and how I switch them about, and how I went from a negative perspective or a judgmental perspective, and even a very lazy perspective, to now thinking positively and happiness and joy and just constant opportunities that flow in my mind, rather than negative self-pity and depressive thoughts. So the beginning of your life, you're basically programming, and when people use the word programming, it's very hard to understand, so you have to really specifically understand what's being said when you say that your life is being programmed. When you say your life is being programmed, you observe certain things in your life. Meaning, your interactions with people, you go to school, you meet different friends, and as you grow up, you are downloading all this information and all these different experiences that you're going through, which entail programs your thinking. And all your thinking is just a pattern that you observe. So if you've been exposed to bullying like I was during high school, you can easily get set up in a negative thinking loop, and then you're just observing these negative thoughts. People are calling you fat like they did to me. People say that you have no future, no hope, you're weak, and then all these things your mind just keeps repeating to itself. And then eventually, after all these things have been repeated to you, like they were for me, oh, you're overweight, oh, you're ugly, oh, you're fat, oh, this, oh, that, you repeat them in your mind, and this is what programming is. You start repeating these things, and then as you repeat them, you go to this level of vibration that thinks this way, because you are, and you think, and therefore you are, like Marcus Aurelius said. So, how does this circle back to your life? If you're observing these thoughts, because that's all that thinking is, it's just you observing your thoughts. And if your thoughts consist of, oh, I'm fat, oh, I'm overweight, oh, I'll never be successful, oh, this, oh, that, then of course you're going to live in such a depressed state, in such a sad state, because your mind is just observing and repeating these negative emotions, and then your body feels the things that it observes. Just like when you're watching a horror movie, you're observing the movie. You're not actually living in the movie, right? You're not living in the movie, but your mind can't separate the difference between real and unreal. It just observes and then it feels through emotions. So when you watch this horror movie and you get scared, you have this feeling of fear because you're observing something that's scary. In the same way that when your mind or when your body is observing these thoughts, it's going to feel a specific type of emotion towards them. You're not going to feel happy, joyful, motivated, ambitious if all you're observing is negative self-talk. That's why positive self-talk is so crucial. And I'll get to how to rewire your thinking into positive self-thinking eventually. Later in this video. So now that you've understand that your body and your mind are just a mechanism to observe thoughts and reality, now you can start programming your thoughts and your reality to the specific lifestyle that you want to live. By all means, if you love being depressed, if you loved being sad, if you love being and observing these thoughts, keep living it. But I personally didn't. I didn't like to be called fat. I didn't like to have that constantly circulating in my mind. I didn't like to have the nickname Gibby. I wanted to change that. And the beauty about human beings is we are creators, which means we have the power to create our own realities through your thoughts. So, what did I do? Your actions are the most powerful tool that you have to transform your reality. How? Because when, like I said again, your mind, your body is observing. So when your body and your mind observe the actions that you do repeatedly every day and your habits, that shows your body what to see is true. That's why successful people don't, or real successful people don't actually come up overnight. They have to build a set of thoughts, then those thoughts turn into actions, and then those actions turn into that reality. That's why fit people, like myself, for example, somebody with a six-pack, I didn't have that when I first started, but I wanted it because I wanted to change. So, this stupid thing's annoying me. I wanted to change. So I knew that I needed to change my actions to that of a fit person. So what does that look like? It doesn't look like a lazy person who sits at home all day, drinks alcohol, binges Netflix, but rather somebody that goes out there and consistently puts themselves in uncomfortable scenarios. I'm at the gym every day. I'm getting my steps in. I'm eating healthy. So what ends up happening is my body is recognizing these actions that I'm doing every single day and then switches its mode of thinking to the thinking of that person that lives in accordance with these actions. Okay, you're a fit individual. Okay, you're healthy. Okay, you're strong. Okay, you're etc. Because I'm witnessing myself doing these things. So I'm being programmed to think that, okay, I'm a fit individual. Now, I start to think like a fit individual because I'm acting like a fit individual. Are you with me so far? So, our mind and our actions are in two different realms of reality. Our mind can travel to the past, present, and future. Our body is stuck in the present. And our mind is always trying to protect us, so it moves through time. So when it moves through time, what it does is it projects certain outcomes and probabilities that can or will happen if we go down through this route. So if you're at the gym every single day, your mind is going to be aligned with those actions. Oh, okay, I'm going to get stronger. Oh, I'm going to get more healthy. I'm going to get more fit because my actions presently are aligned, and future outcomes will be a net positive outcome of it. But if you're having negative habits every single day, if you're sitting and you're drinking and you're eating junk food like I was before, not the drinking part, but smoking weed all day, sitting, binging, watching Netflix, just vaping, doing all these negative vices, my mind was thinking in a negative way and would have intrusive thoughts. Oh, you're going to die early. Oh, you're going to get overweight. Oh, this, oh, that, because your mind is constantly trying to protect you by the actions that you're showing it that you're doing. So you want to change your thinking to more positive? Start with your actions. Don't start by yelling in the mirror, I am happy, I am happy, I am happy. Because yeah, sure, you can repeat those things, but without the backed action to prove to yourself that you're actually a happy person, you're just playing a losing game. So now it comes to, okay, that's great and all. I think this way, but I just can't get myself to start, or I just can't get myself to commit to this, or what's the reason? Or how do I start thinking this way, Matthew? Well, the good news is the first thing you clicked on this video, so your mind is already telling you to start thinking this way, and it's looking for opportunities, which is the first step. The second step is to start consuming, and consuming positive, reinforcing information. Not only information, media, food. Because just like you're showing yourself with the actions of the gym, you're showing your mind, and your mind is downloading the things that you consume. So for example, when you eat healthy food, that makes you think in a more healthy way. But then also, when you watch, for example, self-help YouTube videos, or podcasts, or read self-help books, you are now beginning to reprogram your mind into thinking in a way that's more positive, more uplifting, but then also you're moving away from your old framework of thinking. Because think of how, or the circumstances, the settings, and the environment that you were in prior to now that you want to change. You might have been bullied by people. You might have been told by your parents or your teachers that you're a failure. You're never going to make it. Oh, you're never going to have a successful relationship. Oh, your marriage is trash. Or whatever, all these things that you consumed when you were from childhood to around 25 years old. You need to now start consuming new things in order to reprogram your thinking. So what you're going to do is, like I did, is I started with podcasts, because I wasn't a big reader and I never liked to read books because I couldn't get myself to sit down for 5 to 10 minutes and even read a page or two. But I liked listening to music, so I thought I'd give podcasts a try. So after I started listening to podcasts, that's when everything changed. I started listening, I remember my first self-help podcast. I don't know if he really is self-help, but he's a great podcaster, asked great questions, and it was basically a podcast with Jay Shetty, talking about his story of going from, his parents wanting to be this type of person, but he really wanted to experience being or going down a non-normal societal path by going into becoming a monk. And it really inspired me, and it really got me to thinking. So that was one of my first steps. Then I was and got recommendations from people, podcasts and other authors I started listening to, of certain books to read. Because books are just information and value that your mind stores. You might not remember it all, but you're just programming yourself subconsciously. So then I started reading books, and all these books that I was reading were self-help books, how to master your mind, how to master your reality, how to master your thinking, because all we really can control is we can't control this outside world, right? Like I'm outside right now of my backyard recording a YouTube video. If I don't know, a meteor comes and strikes this earth, I can't control that, but I can control my thinking and my responses to the circumstances that are happening around me, right? Like it says in the Bible, be calm during the storm. So then you start reprogramming your subconscious, and now your subconscious is thinking and downloading positive information. So now you start thinking in a more positive way. And once you start thinking in a positive way, life just unfolds. And life just becomes this amazing mystery and this amazing journey to experience and live through. Because now, instead of you being in your head, observing all these negative thoughts, oh, I'm fat, I'm lazy, I'm an alcoholic, I'm this, I'm that, I'm never gonna make it, I'm a failure. You're observing such positive thoughts because you've downloaded, basically think about all these things that you're consuming, like on a USB, you plug it into your brain and you're just watching it over and over again, and you're observing such positive thoughts come into your mind. Oh, I'm gonna be so successful. Oh, I'm one step closer to hitting my goal of losing whatever, 10 pounds. Oh, I can't wait to hit a pump. Oh, and this is why gratitude is so important. Because when you practice gratitude, you train your mind to think and be aware of the things that you have and focus on the things that you have rather than the things that you don't have. Oh, I wish I had a new car. I wish I had a bigger house. I wish I had more money. Oh, I wish I didn't have all these bills. 2, oh, I'm grateful I have a bed to sleep on. I'm grateful I have water. I'm grateful I have a shower to take showers with. I'm grateful I have my morning cup of coffee I can wake up to. I'm grateful I have a loving family that I'm surrounded by. I'm grateful I could sleep tonight peacefully without chaos around me. And with these 2 practices, you just start experiencing life as this amazing gift with all this positivity going on inside your head. Of course, you're gonna have problems. Of course, you're gonna have struggles. And of course, you're gonna have things that you're gonna need to work through. But imagine attacking problems, attacking problems that arise in your life with, instead of, oh, woe is me, but rather you attack it with, oh, okay, how can I overcome this? And you start thinking in such a positive manner that your perspective just becomes opportunity and resolving rather than, oh, my life's a mess, this is just not all worth it. This is woe is me type of mentality. Because the negative self-talk is just your own fast track to living a miserable life. And at the end of the day, we don't know how long we are here on this planet, but why not make each and every day the best moment ever and live it to the fullest? So I encourage you, because it's not your fault, right? You didn't have any control when you were, 0 to, let's even call it like 16 to 18 years old. You were just put in school, you were put into classes, you were put into a city, you were put around friend groups. You didn't have any choices between those things. But now you have choices, and you can make choices that either lead you down a deeper path of this continuous path that you're on, negative self-talk, maybe depression, maybe just a negative perspective on the world, and all these negative vices that might be going on in your life. Or you can make the choice to, okay, I don't want to think like this anymore. I want to observe positive thoughts. I want to observe reaffirming thoughts. I want to see things and smile rather than see things and be so gloomy. And that's when you're going to start listening to positive content, consuming positive books, podcasts, and then number 3, you're going to start practicing gratitude every day, because gratitude is just a muscle that you train, just like your bicep, just like your chest, just like your legs when you're at the gym. I'm going to leave you like I always do. I love you guys. Thanks for sticking to the end if you have. If you stuck to the end of the video, please comment gratitude so I know that you stuck to the end of this video, and I love you guys. I'm going to leave you like I always do. Create more than you consume. Love others. Love everyone. Serve others. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.